Jesus said, "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness." But what did he mean by that? I'm John Stange, and today our scripture is Matthew chapter 5, verse 6, where Jesus said, "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied." It's interesting, when you look at Jesus' words in Matthew chapter 5, verse 6, they speak to one of the deepest longings of the human heart, a longing not just for what is good, but for what is right. He says, "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness." And then he says, "For they shall be satisfied." Now, this is another one of those verses that is part of what we call the Beatitudes, and this Beatitude isn't just about a casual interest or an occasional desire. Hunger and thirst are intense daily needs. When someone is truly hungry or thirsty, their whole being is consumed with the pursuit of relief. It's like it's all they can think about. So Jesus uses this imagery to describe the kind of longing that we should have, not for fame, not for comfort, not for wealth, but for righteousness. But what is righteousness? Well, in Scripture, righteousness refers to right standing with God and right living in this world. And it encompasses both our personal holiness and our longing to see God's justice and God's goodness reign. So to hunger and thirst for righteousness means we ache to be made more like Christ in our hearts, and we yearn to see his truth and his justice transform our broken world. This kind of hunger grows from a heart that's been awakened by grace. Before we knew Christ, we were spiritually dead. That's how Scripture describes us. It says we were dead in our trespasses and sins. We were chasing the things of this world, attempting to use them to fill a void that only God could satisfy. But when Jesus redeems us, he gives us brand new desires. And the more we taste of him, the more we hunger for his presence and his purity and his purpose. This hunger can be uncomfortable when we begin to truly desire righteousness. What ends up happening is we actually become more aware of our sin and more aware of this world's brokenness. So that's not automatically a comfortable thing to experience. We start mourning over injustice. We start repenting over pride. And we long to see God's will done on this earth as it is in heaven. And this longing draws us closer to the heart of God. And that closeness is where true satisfaction is found. And Jesus promises in this portion of Scripture that those who hunger and thirst in this way will be satisfied. He says they will be satisfied. Not that they might, but they will be satisfied. This is not an empty promise. Jesus himself is the bread of life. We're told this in John chapter 6, verse 35. Jesus is also the living water. We're told this in John chapter 4, verse 14. He alone is the one who satisfies the soul's deepest cravings. And when we seek him above all else, he fills us with his peace, he fills us with his joy, and he fills us with his presence. And though our hunger for righteousness, it continues all throughout the course of this life, it's met again and again and again with the satisfying grace of Jesus Christ. One day this promise will be fully realized when we see him face to face. Our hunger will be completely fulfilled in his kingdom where righteousness dwells forever. But even now, we have the blessing of knowing that he feeds our souls with himself and he continues shaping us into his likeness. More and more we start to value true righteousness, Christ righteousness, and we recognize that ultimately he's the one who can satisfy that longing within our souls. It's always great to be able to spend a little time with you when we get the chance to do these devotions together. Thanks again for taking a few moments to listen. For more resources to help you in your walk with Christ, you can visit us at BibleStudyHeadquarters.com. Thanks again as well for the likes that you have been giving to our videos on this channel. Thanks again for subscribing as well. Those of you that have subscribed, if you haven't subscribed, we'd encourage you to do so. But in the meantime, thanks again for tuning in. It's always a pleasure to be able to spend a minute or two with you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you again right here next time. Take care.